Warning. The following program contains mature language and displays opinions and views expressed by three idiots. Please remember it was not their intention to offend you. Sometimes things just happen. Viewer discretion is advised.
No, let's turn it up a bit. So hold up. So you said that was like a battles thing?
Yeah,
So they're trying to outperform each other.
Yeah. To try to get a spot. Okay, here's one thing I'll say. Like, for me, a girl who can sing...
Top notch?
Not okay, but a girl who can sing confidently and well and has, like, vocal control, to me is, like... Oof. Like, I'll... Oh, shit. Sorry, pal.
You're talking about like
Yeah,
any girl?
we muted him out real quick.
like a girl that you'd pursue or something like that? Or are you talking about like
No, like it
or just any
like
girl
in,
that
That's
like
like a
a
little
stupid
cherry on the
innocent like an innocent like
like damn a girl
like
can-
love
if a
at
girl-
first sight type
Yeah,
deal.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I were to see a girl and then like let's say
Hear her
she was
sing?
singing and like it was like something I was like
Really?
jaw dropping to,
Yeah.
I'd probably like inevitably fall in love with that girl. Like if I were to like then pursue her, yeah, for sure.
Really, I find I'm the complete opposite.
Really?
Yeah,
Why
'cause,
is it
like-
intimidating?
That and like they'd always be singing.
Oh my god, I'd love it.
I fucking would hate it.
I could see the intimidating part because like then you
'Cause then,
like
like,
because
say-
then like
'cause
yeah
then you
you'll be
can't
with her, but then there's be like other guys that also want to try and be with her.
Oh, that's your stance on that?
I think so. To a certain like you'll have like the groupies almost like the guy groupies will be around.
I don't know when I
Is
like
is that weird? I don't know.
no, I
but, like-
understand that, but like I don't like I'm not trying to knock you at all. But that's a stem of
But-
insecurity.
Oh, 100% of this.
And that's what I mean. Like when like if I'm talking to somebody, I'll remove the idea that hopefully I'm like putting my trust in them that they're not talking
Yeah,
to anybody
absolutely.
else. And if you've come to like a stage where your communication is as transparent as possible and you're able to like let a person know like, hey, I've cut off communication with anybody else and like you're the only person I'm talking to,
Yeah.
then yeah. But like
But
that,
that-
once you've done that, I feel like I remove that realm, even if I know I'm
Oh.
aware of it, right? Like
Yeah.
if people were like also like astonished by someone's like talents as well,
Yeah.
I would then be like aware that people are also,
Yeah.
you know,
Actually, yeah, I see what you mean. Like, I
Oh,
guess like
but it doesn't bother me.
no,
A
yeah,
talent I feel like a talent that I would be more drawn to would be dancing.
yeah,
Like if they could
That's
dance.
dancing or even like, okay, not so much a talent, but like an activity or skill that I like doing as well.
True.
So it's another
Yeah.
reason to
If
be
someone could climb.
basically.
Saying you're
like-
taking the girl out tomorrow to climb?
No,
I thought you were gonna say yes because
No.
you snapped.
that's sushi.
Okay, do you want to do the intro or what do you want to do?
Episode something. So aggressive. How do you get so much worse? Are you sucking and
I know.
jelking
Is there
at
only
the same
one?
time?
Why is there always only one? It's your own?
Are you jelking and sucking yourself? I'm so confused.
Like we apparently like at some point we want to grow our demographic, right? Like we want to be able
Past
to like,
12-year-olds.
expand. Yeah.
Past the 12-year-olds that David Dobrik.
I'm just doing
has.
it. I'm just doing it all because you started that shit.
Yeah, you did. You fuck. It was you. Here we are blaming him.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry.
trolling you.
I take that back.
Don't
You
throw
fuck.
me under the bus. I stopped.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But yeah.
Welcome.
Ah, Jinx.
Yo,
Yo, me a
yes,
Coke.
yes.
Coke. It was a Coke. Yo, me a Coke.
Who said kiss? Who said kiss?
What?
We did.
What?
We both did. Did you say?
All right, welcome
shit.
welcome back to the Cinco?
Cinco de Mayo? Yeah.
Cinco.
Cinco Dingo. Yes, I'm fluent in Espanol.
You're fluent in Spanish, eh?
Yes. But yeah,
Are you probably like
Uh,
of Spanish descent?
was that Filipino or was
I
that
don't know.
okay?
I tried to.
Well,
You tried doing your own culture and
Yeah.
you didn't do it? Is that yours?
sometimes you play darts and
Yeah.
end up just
Missing.
hitting someone in the shoulder.
Just hitting himself.
Oh, sorry, sir. Okay.
Russian
But yeah,
fights.
welcome back to the 5th episode. Welcome back to the podcast.
There you go.
This is the 5th episode, where we will be discussing dun, 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 dun.
Relationships and just like
Coughing season.
coughing season and everything else in between.
Yeah, it's just open perspective. We're gonna leave out stuff. We're gonna talk about
A
stuff.
lot of stuff that we're going to bleep out and edit.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Anyways, but yeah, that's something for me. Like honestly, I don't know.
Elaborate, because that doesn't really give me much to work on.
I don't know. I've never had it in my past where like I saw somebody and like I saw them sing or like I don't know. I've been to like performances and I've seen like people sing and like, but I've never like
Never been like, oh, I think I could date that girl or something.
no, because like I would have to then just pursue talking to them or like just like casual things at first, but then it would just be that
I don't-
situation.
I see what you mean.
Like that's how I am. I don't operate very quickly with females or that sense. Like my pursuit isn't like obviously to smash or like do any of those things.
I see what you mean, though. Like, I find for me, it's like, yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, it's not about just the smash. It's not just smashing and that's it.
No,
But
like
it's it's a connection.
It's
You
not
wanna make a
traditional by any.
connection.
Yeah, exactly. But like I like it when I
For me,
I don't know.
well, for me, like when I date someone, I try to date them because I want to end up marrying them. You know?
Really?
Yeah, because like you don't want to date someone just to.
Even at this age?
Really? That's not like just an experience factor for you where you would just want to pursue
Like
something.
if I don't see a future with them, like why would I date someone I don't see a future with?
I feel like, I see what you mean. Like, I feel like you should kind of see some sort of future,
but like
but at our age,
Is that
I
not
just
what
can't picture
testing out-
marriage.
yeah, but is that not what testing out like love is?
Literally
Like
testing the
looking
waters.
past things that you don't find appealing at first, but like knowing that there's a bit of a spark or an attraction. I understand if it's like
Wait.
completely out of the realm, but
Yeah.
that's what dating is. And it's not, I understand the end goal is, of course, maybe
No.
to pursue marriage in some cultures.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's just to like test
Be
waters.
with a
Yeah,
person.
see, like,
I guess no, but it's because
because
you're
dating
saying
it's like fluid. It's experimental.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, it's because you're saying like, oh, you don't do it just to like smash so many girls. you
It should
know?
never be the case. That should never be the case, though.
No, like I was just saying I don't date someone
For
because-
sex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
I
date
feel
someone because like if I try to see a future with them, then try to pursue
Yeah,
it.
it's also
yeah,
like
for sure. And
having compatibility. Like sometimes it doesn't work out. Obviously, we've been in relationships where like
Yeah.
we were compatible at one point, and now we're
yeah,
now
but
single.
a lot of that has to do with upbringing. Like right now, obviously, I could give a fuck about the judgment. Like people could be like, "You fucking pussy." I could care less. That's
Yeah.
just my upbringing and how I am, and like how I choose to pursue women and like not in the sense, but like I respect them as much as they would respect me. So I'm not gonna, overtly pursue something romantically when no one is doing that for me, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's adding pressure where it's not needed. So if
Yeah.
I were to come across somebody, it's more like of an innocence just to try to get to know them.
yeah,
And that's what it should mostly be. I mean, other people's pursuits are whatever the fuck they could be. I don't
yeah.
like there's so many
Little
how many
gremlins.
examples of like players and people
Fuck
just do
boys.
and like
Go
they
No, just joking.
and they idolize it and they create movies out of it. Like there's countless of things
Oh.
situations where they like that's the thing to do is like explore your sexuality, and for sure if that's people's like option to do, like be as like sexually active as possible, do it as safely
them.
as possible as you want. Like
Yeah, to each their own.
yeah, of course, pursue whatever angle you want, and that's how people learn, right? Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say that's not something you should do. Like it's bad. Like don't follow a culture where you're just so sexually experimental. And also in this opposite end of the spectrum, don't be so closed off and like think in only one binary way that the Lord is gonna offer. Oh,
Yeah, no, none of that. That's
I don't want to piss anyone off. Like, obviously, I come from a religious background myself, but like, you have to realize it's all about just open communication, like what you find interesting yourself, and like how you spend your time.
what you want and what they want, and you want to make sure that's
it's
open
all about
and
common
on the table.
interest. So like, yeah, and what you are willing to offer. That's what I mean. It's like all innocent pursuit for friendship, at the end of the day, but you expand more towards that realm of possibility with that open communication. Obviously, people hide things and play into social
Norms.
norms and interactions because, I don't know, they're pressured to feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, yeah, I'm perfect, I don't do that. I've fallen into that trap myself hundreds of times.
I think
but
everyone does, though, to a certain degree. Like, you try your best not to do it, and that's why I think also finding someone
because you leave yourself so vulnerable.
Yeah,
when you do that, you're like, hey, this is who I am, truly. And then when people like just kind of like shit on it, and they're like, I don't give a fuck, like whatever.
Oh.
And you're like, oh fuck.
But at the same time, that's the part of the learning it. Like,
yeah, but then it sucks because you could either learn to then become jaded, and now you're closed off, and you become this dickhead who's like always like
this and that.
Yeah,
like,
or a piece of shit, or it's like an open end of possibilities, and that's a scary thing.
I feel like I take it as like I'm like a puppy. I haven't learned my lesson, so I just keep falling into the same routine, and it's just like it worked. Like, okay, it doesn't work, but
I keep on falling into the same routine. And it works.
It works. Oh wait, no, no, but like in the sense that like I don't want to be jaded because someone has hurt me. Yeah. Like I see everything.
Do you have trust issues?
No, I don't think so. I just because like
he's like innocently optimistic.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I'm always thinking like, okay, I didn't like that. I'm not gonna do this to the next person, obviously, and vice versa. I'm not gonna look for someone to treat me the same way because there are some people who are like that.
So you don't apply to the added, or you don't apply the adage of hurt people hurt people.
No, I don't. Some people probably do, but for me, why would I want that? It's like the whole golden rule: treat people as how you want to treat others. So like, it fucking sucks when I've been hurt. I don't want to do that to someone else.
No, for
like,
sure.
And even if it is the case where like, unfortunately, I do like things have to happen. I don't want them to. I want to be in a nice way possible. Like, I don't want them to think that like I'm being a piece of shit or anything like that.
I've honestly been a dick sometimes, or I've been a dick sometimes when I was in my past relationship, where like I like stopped trying.
Yeah.
And like.
But see, and that's the thing, like,
and like we would end up fighting about stuff like that.
Oh, that was me for one of my relationships. Like,
that you would stop trying, and you would, like, you're not showing any effort.
Yeah, that'd be some of our fights. A couple more would be like, it was just not fair for both of us.
Okay.
We didn't have like the same values too. Yeah.
I think that takes a lot of self-awareness for you to come to that conclusion that you no longer see a future with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And that responsibility, it's like, it's tough to deal with because you've come to the end of a cycle. And
but
once you've done that within a lifetime, it begins to like shrink your time frame.
But it wasn't that I didn't see a future with them anymore. It was just that I just got comfortable.
So you're becoming
stagnant.
Yeah, and I can see that because but see, at the same time, I don't see that. So you're with relationships, but like in my personal stuff, like I don't want to do things like as soon as I start feeling stagnant, I get antsy and I want to do something different. But with relationships, I feel like it's kind of fluid, like you've said. Like there's always room for growth. I don't see how if there is stagnancy, I feel like that's something you would want to kind of address almost.
Yeah. So your
like, how can we change this?
I don't want to like I said, I'm not judging. Your opt was to kind of withdraw more as opposed to like
change,
like kind of put it into like overdrive and rev at 200%.
Like I would do 200% at the very beginning,
and then slowly
go down because
I feel like
because now that I have her,
it's like why do I have to try?
Okay,
that's
so you just rocked with the honeymoon stage and then it fell off and you plateaued.
Yeah,
and you lost the interest and the appeal was kind of over.
Mm-hmm.
So it never and I'm not trying to fucking therapize or anything like that, but.
Otis, how you doing, buddy?
Would you say that like it comes more accustomed to the situation of you falling in love with the idea of what the relationship was and would have been, And then when you got to a place where like you've met the requirements and you've done what was like you've checked off your boxes, and then you were like, okay, game over type thing. Would you say?
That was kind of it. Like they were checking out the requirements, and like now that I have her, then I don't really have to try anymore. Now we could just like be comfortable and just relax.
Yeah.
But like, I have to think about it in the sense that when you're with someone, you can't act like you have them forever. You know, because eventually, one day they may not be yours anymore.
It's like the Pina Colada song. Obviously you got, or not?
No, I haven't done a breakdown of what the lyrics meant, and
no,
I don't want to.
You don't
I don't
have
want my mind to be blown. Like
it's not much.
I'm singing in my song, in my head, and I'm like,
it's literally just like this couple who are just tired of each other. They both want to pursue different things while still being together. They end up coming back together at the end of the song.
So what is that like the coconut
it's like
and pineapple? Find themselves apart and back.
No, it's just like I feel like you have to kind of like you should always
you
just
good,
try
brother? Yeah, brother.
I'm good. No, like you just have to like kind of like you always have to like find things to, I guess, keep the love alive. And I know it's the wrong choice.
No,
of
that
words,
makes
but like
sense.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
Once you start seeing things getting stagnant, if you're noticing it, the other is probably noticing it as well.
For sure.
So it's probably something that you should start addressing. Like, hey, let's start doing something. Let's start doing an activity or doing a hobby.
Yeah,
like something that you guys can both like be connective on.
For me, that was hard because, none of our families knew, and I couldn't really like go to her house. She couldn't go to my house. We couldn't.
Oh, true.
Yeah, dating when you're young is tough.
It's tough.
It's very difficult. I saw a meme or thing like on Instagram, and it was like motherfuckers like be dating from like 14 to 17, or like be in a 5-year relationship at the age of 18. It's like, what the fuck happened to your childhood, bro? You kiss that shit goodbye.
Yeah.
And in all reality, it's true. Like you gain these responsibilities.
That's me, bro.
But like that's the reality. But there is give and take to it. Obviously, your concern is that you lose out with like you have FOMO with friends and all these other things, and you can't experience parties or.
But you get different experiences.
Yeah,
in other ways.
But it's your own individual experience, and the culture that you kind of partake in is kind of how that relationship will usually go, because when it's young love, for the most part, it has a lot of outer influence, because like you like what girl have you not pursued when when you were younger? And we can only say this towards guys, because obviously we don't know the
girl side
the other
of
point of view. Hopefully we can expand. Maybe we can expand and get
That'd
some
be pretty cool.
female guests on here at one point and open up our perspectives and see something like that and open up that discussion.
Peep their perspectives, if you will.
Yeah, don't use that word peep and then female and then.
What do you? Oh.
What's your perspective over there?
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
And he's like, he has a comb for his mustache.
Gotta keep it clean.
But yeah, like. I don't know, man. So much of it is revolved just around open communication and how comfortable you are with yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can't, as cheesy as it is, like it is that thing where you have to be fully comfortable and in love with all aspects of yourself in order to like fully reveal those things. And it's scary, and it keeps yourself fully vulnerable to like being completely broken.
Yeah. But I think that's another part of figuring out yourself as well. Like you have to be with people. You have to like spend time with other people, like in a relationship, to see like, oh, I do like this. Oh, maybe I don't like this. And then
do you think you rushed too quickly, or like you rushed your relationship like at the beginning? Because for me, like I didn't like go on dates with them first. I just asked them out.
Okay, so with the two relationships I had, they were pretty natural. Like I've never really been in a relationship where it was like rushed per se, like in like if you want to go like by Tinder or something like that, like never really done that. I was with one, but then it didn't really work out. But then like all the other natural relationships I had, where I just met the person naturally, like I didn't feel rushed, because it's like, okay, I know these people as friends, and now we're pursuing it further. So like I never really felt rushed, because I kind of knew the person going into the relationship.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I for me, I was thinking more so Usually, or now, I would take my time with it. Like go on a few dates first, see how it is.
I would do that anyways
Yeah.
before I introduce them to anybody.
Yeah.
Like my brother, for example, he's been dating his girlfriend for the past 2 or 3 years, and like they're like yeah, we don't. There's like no real rush to like introduce them to family or anything like that. It's just it is what it is. But I think for me with my first relationship, I felt like I was kind of pressured because my cousins, they did that really fast, where they introduced their boyfriends and girlfriends really fast, or now husbands and wives. But yeah, I was like, maybe I should like start introducing my girlfriend at the time. And
see, I couldn't do that.
Well, I don't know. I have no experience. I've never had a formal girlfriend or anything like that.
I don't know. It's just
you're not missing out.
Yeah, like
no,
there's
like
pros and cons. There's pros and cons to both being single and in relationships.
No, trust me, bro. I've pursued girls, and unfortunately, like they just never felt the same way. And then there's like I said, like I've told you guys, there's girls who have pursued me, and unfortunately I haven't felt the same way about them.
Yeah.
So it just falls into that like unlucky case. But I've like dated people on the lows and like done like hooked up with a few people, but like that's what I mean. Outside of the realm of like dating and that culture, like is just it's so foreign to me. So that's like that whole like idea of like fully being vulnerable with someone. It's tough because like I've been in those stages and like you get there with just a pursuit to get to know somebody, and then like you get kind of shut down.
Yeah, so. See, I don't know, like there's something kind of like almost liberating of being vulnerable because like you really start to open up. And you're like,
of course,
it's almost like, okay, it's gonna sound weird, but it's almost like therapeutic, where you start to explore a different side of you that wasn't there, and it was kind of engaged or activated because of the person you're with, which is like a super fun thing to do because you like discover things about yourself, like I mentioned before. So I think like the vulnerability is
like
scary,
that's the beauty of dating, and like that's what people find like great is because you open up these new things that you didn't find about yourself. Like you said, there's interests that you come more accustomed to. There's things that you kind of learn as you grow. Yeah. And like the great thing about like having those companionships is like you get to learn the other aspect of like how the other side lives, you know? Yeah. But I don't know. Like not that it was completely absent from my life. Like obviously
there was stuff there.
Yeah. But like there's female presence in my life. Like my sister's like a big influence in my life, and like just that culture, and like no, like especially like with her, what's the field, like esthetician or
esthetician or something like that, or no?
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Like beautician? I don't want to say beautician because I don't think that's the thing, but it's like
do a quick Google search. Oh, like in her actual profession? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. See, I wish I had a sister sometimes, like someone who I could go to for advice on girls, because I had none of that, and I would just go in blind off of like, especially in high school, I'd be going in blind off of like other guys' like ideas and support, and they're just as blind as I am. So I was like, oh, like I'm definitely just definitely testing the waters and just going in blind with it.
Sometimes you need the other perspective too.
Yeah,
because it helps a lot.
Yeah, no, I find myself so privileged in that aspect to have my sister in my life, because it's like without a doubt like the biggest advantage I have. Yeah. Because I don't fully comprehend like the female psyche and how they operate. But I have a very good understanding because I have such a good relationship with my sister, and like how we like coincide together, and like our relationship and how that operates is solely like best friends. And like I can literally tell her like anything. Yeah. And that full transparency, like just being with her, like getting that advice when I go like talk to other girls, and like let them know like other girl. I don't want to say like I talked to multiple girls out like one time, but like when I like
okay, Noemel. Okay.
When I'm relax. When I'm like talking to a girl and like I seek advice, and I like obviously the first thing to do is like ask my sister what to do. Yeah. And usually it's so practical, and it's very simple. It's just that's all it is, bro.
It's just like taking that first step.
No, but it's open it's how comfortable you are with yourself, and like letting someone know where you're at mentally. Yeah. Right? And then being able to be like, hey, if you are comfortable enough to let me know where you're at, then great. Yeah. If not, then we work towards that, like that process. I'm as transparent as possible. I like to think. Mm-hmm. But when like people are playing games and doing those things, I try to withdraw right away because I'm like, I don't waste time. It's you like me or you don't. Like, don't waste my time.
No games, none of that shit.
And that's the shit that pisses me off because it's like, where does this go? Like, what benefit does it have?
Yeah.
Sure, like, again, I understand the overall, like, spectrum of what dating is and, like, what the purpose is just to be experimental and see where things go. Mm-hmm. But when, like, the pursuit is just to, like, play with people or, like,
mess with them,
waste time, like, do whatever because you're bored.
It's scummy. Yeah.
Like, I have very little sympathy for those people. Like, I have, like I said, I have no room in my heart to hate anybody or, like, put hatred out there because I don't care to.
Mm-hmm.
But
just love from afar kind of thing.
Not even love. Like, oh, well, sure. Like,
love not in the literal sense, but like...
Yeah, but, like, peace, love, culture, exactly. Like, whatever.
Yeah. From afar. Very, from afar, for sure. For certain people, for us.
And, like, but I just don't fuck with those people.
I mean, I don't try to do that.
But some people do. Some people, like, have this, like, inner toxicity that, like, fuels them, and it like, generates this weird thing. And
it gives them some sort of joy.
That high or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why?
I understand it. Like, I'm not going to say, like, it can be wrong in a lot of perspectives, but, hey, you do you. But it's just going to catch up with you at some point. Like, that's the way the fucking ball rolls is because at some point it's gonna like, and that's why that adage like tied or that saying, hurt people.
Yeah.
Because like you want somebody to like.
You want to be angry. You want to be angry for some reason.
I don't know, man.
Or like, dish out what you've been dished. Yeah. No, I get you, but like, I don't know. Like, at the same time, I don't understand how that works for some people. How they could just feel so comfortable doing that.
Well, it could be from, or it could stem from, like, how they grew up, right?
I guess, but, like, even then, like, everyone grows up. Okay, I can't, maybe not everyone. I can't speak for everyone, I know. But, like coming from, like see, like me and Noemel, like, our childhood, like, we were, like, pretty rough on each other. Like we would bust each other's balls on a constant basis. Like, there was no, like...
it was, like, mutual bullying.
Exactly, yeah. But then, like, you see other kids who didn't get the mutual bullying, and, like... But, like, they never really, like, dished it out on anyone else. Or from what I noticed.
Yeah, because...
I don't know. Like,
it was just comfortability. Like, you kind of connect with people in a certain way.
But, like, what... I just want to know, like, what brings that person to do that? Like, what happened? Like, what was that turning point, I guess?
I don't know. I've tested the waters with people. Like...
What's that turning point?
Here's one thing. Like, I felt so comfortable with some people, like, on a friendship basis.
Yeah. That
I would, like... ask favors of them, and then when they would like jokingly at the time or like just compete with a witty banter and say like no or like oppose me, I would also do it back times 10. So I would be like, you stupid fucking bitch. And then some people would like get completely offended. So then I knew in that like the relationship's tarnished, like no more talking, and I'm like, hey, is everything cool? And they're like, yeah, you're like an asshole, so fuck off. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I understand. And like I just have to be like, okay, cool, that friendship's over and whatever. It is like I guess I ruined that, and I have to be more self-aware. And I like they've never addressed it past a certain point, or not a lot of people have, and some people have just been like, yeah, I thought you were a complete dick, like you're just so blunt. And I'm like, well, that's who I am, I guess. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess that's the vibe some people get, and like that's standoffish. But like I've had a lot of like friends like growing up that were like just girls, and that I had that open type of thing. I treated them the same way I would treat you fucks. Like I didn't care, but obviously there was like
more respect involved.
Yeah,
a lot more respect.
Yeah, and like different, like bro, because like my sister would volunteer at the school. Yeah, and like she would sometimes be like, I see how you behave. You behave. I see how you behave, and you need to fix that real quick.
Tone it back a bit.
Yeah, because she was like, she would always like drive that empathetic value in my mind. She's like, how would you feel if like someone treated me like this, or if someone treated like our little cousin like this, our niece, like and you just have to understand, like, in all reality, this is someone's fucking daughter. This is someone's like cousin, sister, whatever.
Family members.
And you would not treat someone you care about like that.
Yeah.
So then it was just like a lot of like just maturity and like trying to get there, but I don't know. Everyone is at their own paces and does whatever the fuck they want to.
Happy thoughts. RJ, you were going to say something in between that. No?
I I wasn't gonna say.
Oh, I thought you were. No, but even like for me, for example, and RJ, I guess for you as well, because we're both on like the dating apps and whatnot.
I ain't on that shit.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. It's not fun.
Look, I haven't removed like dating out of the realm of possibility for me, but I just don't pursue it. Like, there's other things I want to pursue in my life and that thing. And a lot of people like, look, if anyone listens to this and they'll be like, yeah, it's because you're fat, no one likes you, blah blah blah, and
relax.
Whatever like aspect you want to use.
Relax.
Look, this is the thing. Like I said, I know my stripes and I'm aware of who I am. It doesn't bother me that other people think these things. I'm aware that those thoughts are out there. Yeah. They're not mine. I can give a fuck.
Yeah.
My pursuit is more off a career basis and like what I want to do passionately for myself. And the way I operate is how I'm like I said, I'm still very unpolished and I'm a work in progress. So there's things I have to accept about myself as well in order to fully give that to another person.
Yeah.
Which I've tried, and then people fucking stomp all over my fucking heart.
I think I'm going to get off the apps.
They do a fucking Irish river dance right all over. That's more Scottish. But
two different things going on.
No, I was just saying, I think I'm going to get off the apps because, like, I don't know. It's so, for me, I don't get matches. So
I'll put you on blast right now.
What?
Unfollow her, please.
No.
Jesus.
No.
That's toxic behavior, fam.
Okay, fine, I'll unfollow her. Which one?
Do it.
Do it, man. Of them?
All of them.
Okay, here. I won't come out of a British accent until you do it.
You got to tell them too.
That's what I just said.
I'm okay with you doing a British accent, so it's okay.
Do it, man. Come
on. Why does it matter?
Because that's what I mean. If it doesn't matter.
I'm fine.
But, like, I don't know,
it doesn't
bro.
matter.
Like...
RJ, I won't judge you.
But you're holding on to something that's completely
I'm holding on to nothing.
Exactly. So why, like...
Just camaraderie.
Yeah, like...
Just friendship. Doesn't matter. Like, you could still... Like, even after something happens, you could still be friends. Like, not everything is, like, fucking turmoil and war. It's like, you grow up and you start to... Like, you learn to be civil with the person.
Yeah, and it's a sense of maturity, too.
That's where I see it from. Like, things didn't go how they were.
Here's what I'm saying. If and be completely honest with me, yeah?
Okay.
If this girl was like, hey, I've broken up with so-and-so.
I would say no.
You'd say no.
Say no.
What would you mean? Like, for why? What reason would you?
For what reason?
She was like, I messed up. I messed up before and like, I'm completely open.
Because I'm past it.
But you still follow me on Instagram.
Doesn't matter.
I like you.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, at that point, we're just friends.
So now it's all confusing. And now you're just friends, but she still likes you.
That's on her. That's on that person.
Say it to me. Say it to me now. Say it to me.
No,
yes.
man.
Hell yes.
No, I would just...
I wrote it out. I've made the commitment. I'll ride with the accent until the end of the episode. And
okay, say no more.
But why not? Like, why would you not, like... You know what I mean, though?
I know what you
mean, but
like it doesn't. But like to me, it's like a mute point. Like, okay, it was a point that happened in my life. It's not there anymore. The person is still in my life because of the people I associate with.
Hurt you.
Doesn't matter though.
Matters
like
to me, I don't know, man.
I can't hold grudges. Like,
did you do that?
I'm not saying to her. This is what I mean.
Other people
you think the intent is malicious? Is it not?
No, I don't think it's malicious. But you make it sound like it's malicious. Like
no, that's your intent. What I'm saying is you're cutting ties. That's all it is.
But I can't cut ties either, so it doesn't matter for me.
But what's the problem with it? Like,
there is no problem.
I've come across people I've unfollowed and I'm like, fuck you, fuck off, I don't care.
Fuck off.
No, for me it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't bother me that I see the person on social media with their other. Like, it doesn't bother me one bit. Like,
it's fine.
I guess,
it's
fine.
Things have moved on.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. You've come to peace with what's happened in your past, so you've moved on. Okay, congratulations to you.
So it's thank you. So you gonna stop the goddamn accent?
No.
And it's fine to search them up sometimes. It's
not.
No. Okay. So you have to agree with me on this one then.
That's fucked up.
He needs to.
That you need to stop.
Will you agree with me on that stipulation then? If he does it off his phone, then I get to fucking remove this accent.
Yes, please.
Please do it, bro.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah, because like for me,
but I don't want you to do it just because I'm asking you to do it. I want you to do it because you want to do it, man.
I hope our account's private.
You completely...
Is her account private?
No, it's not.
This is what I mean, right? And this was my aspiration towards Daniel was I wanted him to completely remove the realm of possibility out of his mind completely, 100%.
It's been removed for a while.
It's removed. So I respect his move if he continues, like, if he still wants to follow her.
Cheers.
Well on you, bruv.
Thank you.
But for you, man, there's something that needs to change here because you still have it at the back of your mind. She's cute, like she's still someone. I
wouldn't go for after.
No. See, because I then after I did the scenario to you,
You
what
said-
he said,
you
he's
said
like,
yes
ask
right
me
away.
now, ask me now. So then I was like, hey,
Legitimately, like
you know, I've
the most-
I've
the most
realized
honest
things.
answer
I like you
possible.
now. What now?
No, she did me dirty, so.
So that's what I mean, man.
No, but I'm not gonna unfollow her just because of that.
But if she came back
Why?
to you though,
I'm not gonna go back to. I'm not gonna go to her.
So then why follow her?
Because we're still friends.
Are you?
Yeah. We're still in the same group.
What group? Okay, but that's what I mean. You're not a part of that group no more, man.
you're past
Sure,
that.
mutual friends, but that's what I mean.
No,
You don't
it's-
see her on a regular. Like, that's all. I don't know how you operate.
I operate on
Because
my
you laughed
own-
at him and you were like, oh, like he's in a constant like flow, up and down roller coaster, same thing.
Yeah.
And you put yourself through that shit. Do you not?
Yeah.
Like when you scroll through
yeah.
your shit, do you not get upset and like a little sad?
No, I'm just like happy for her.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't buy it. He's like he's just
No,
putting it on for the show.
I'm dead ass.
Soof.
Soof.
Pinky promise me, bitch.
Soob.
Soof.
Oh,
Soob.
Soob.
What's it?
We're in our brotherhood.
Okay, hold on. Let me think about this.
That's what I mean, man.
God damn
That's
it, are
what
you
I
for
mean.
real?
You can't like play these games like you think like this is a
Like
game.
I could say Soob 100% for me. Like I straight up like no.
Soob, strike me down.
Strike me down, please. Please do it right now.
That's what I mean.
Like it wouldn't
Like,
no.
you're holding on to this weird thing, like in the back of your mind. Like hopefully, like there's this weird hope, bruv. Let it go, man.
I have none of that.
Let it go. It's in the past. Like that's what I mean. Like when
Yeah,
people.
but that's why I don't care for it because it's in the past.
Okay,
But
so
you
then remove.
still care for
so
it.
is it removed or do you still want to pursue?
I'm not pursuing her.
So then,
why do I have to unfollow her?
because I feel like in the back of your mind, like you
still there's still that
you
possibility.
still like her,
There's
yeah?
that little,
I don't like her.
there's that little drip drop.
You want me to unfollow? You want me to unfollow or?
bro. We
You-
just souped you and you
you
fucking
hesitated.
Didn't souped us.
You hesitated on the
I'm gonna
Soob.
block her, bro.
You don't block her, you unfollow.
I'm just gonna block her and then it unfollows.
No, it doesn't.
Like I said, I don't want to ask you to do this because I'm asking you. I want you to do it because you've come to that realization on your own.
At this point, just do it so you don't have to hear this goddamn accent anymore, please.
Okay, then hold on.
Fucking over this. What part of London are you from?
Essex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Essex,
eh?
Essex, bruv.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wish I was that quick with a lady from Amsterdam.
I would love for her to be like, "Oh, I'm from Essex too. What part of Essex?" And you're like, "I mean Liverpool." Oh, my dad's from there as well.
Wind in fold.
There you
I don't
go.
know. You've done it.
Well then,
Oh, this guy blocked her.
now delete the app.
Unblock. Like,
But then I'm gonna have to unfollow her back.
what does that mean?
English, please.
Follow
You
her
just
back.
blocked. Like, there's a process you do these things on. Like, you force unfollow, then you unfollow, and then you block.
I just block so then I don't have to unfollow. She just
I don't
have to
know.
unfollow.
I thought you got closure from that shit, bro. What the fuck?
Oh, thank God it's over.
No, I didn't get closure about that. Not from her.
I don't know.
I just closed it off out of nowhere.
I think you just gotta let it go, bro.
Well, I already did.
Honestly, I kind of like the English accent again. Bring it back.
No, you ruined it.
Me?
But I don't want you to resent me. I don't want you to think that I'm like forcing you to
No,
do
but
something. Like,
It's just like
you do realize like you have to move on, right?
yeah, but I was like obviously like I don't do it every night. Oh, I scroll and fucking. You know what I mean? It's just like once in a while, like see how she's doing. You know?
Even that,
Yeah.
No,
you don't
'cause
even need to do that
No, it's because
because you search it out.
it's because I muted her all her posts and her stories. I don't see anything.
Yeah, but then it makes it redundant then. Like why are you still following at that point? For what purpose and what sake? Like, this is what I mean. Like, you want to do, let's maybe change next week to fucking the social media thing, because why do people idolize like social media so much like this?
I think it's just ingrained in us. Like,
and if people want to throw this back in my face and be like, you're pursuing that. No, like I said, this is an open outlet for us to have a discussion. And then for people who want to join. I'm not pushing down anyone's fucking throat to subscribe to this shit or like force listen. It's a page, people follow it, and I fucking post on it.
But like, do it.
But you forced your foot down my throat to.
See, now he resents me, man. What the fuck?
You're angry. You have anger and resentment.
Don't do that.
No, I don't mind.
But do you actually not mind?
This fucking bit. I don't mind. Fucking asshole. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but I just didn't feel the need to.
But you can't get. But I don't know, cause
like, do you feel like one of his eyes is covered type thing?
Kinda. Like I see where you're coming from, because
you didn't have to do it.
No, but at the same time, like, because I learned to get past it as well. Like, I don't go out looking for the person. We
sued him. We asked. Let's roll the tape back.
I don't go out looking for the person whatsoever. So I have no intention or inkling of pursuing that person.
It's not like I'm trying to pursue them.
But even then, you shouldn't have
like,
to go out of
your
way.
Like, there even is like a glimmer of light in this room.
I'm not going to pursue them.
But that's at
very
that point,
different from being completely shut off. It's almost like they're dead. Like, you just know they're like at peace and alive. That's it.
The thing is, like, you shouldn't have to go looking out. Like, yeah, follow them, sure, like what I do, but like, don't go out looking. Like, oh, it comes up. Oh, cool, that's awesome.
Okay, but do you ever look at your ex's page?
No.
Oh, I
never.
I sometimes do with.
I don't
ex.
Ever. It was in the past. It's in the past. Ever.
This is what I mean. I asked him, like, do you look back and reminisce? Do you
draw? I don't reminisce.
No, but like, this is what I mean. It's like
it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. I'm telling you that right now.
Like, completely close off the past, like remove the experiences. That's not what I'm saying. Remove this false sense of, even if you're saying it's not, because you fucking hesitated when we were asking you the questions, because you even knew yourself, like, I'm not being honest here. And that's what I'm saying. You have to be honest with yourself, bro. Like, do you really think at the end of the day, can you confidently say, truthfully, on your own morals and principles, that everything you said was true?
Yes.
The hesitation.
Our friendship means nothing. What the fuck?
Listen, okay. I see where you're coming from, because I experienced it for both ways. For the first relationship, I was able to go cold turkey completely. I was like, that's it. I'm cool with that. Like, still follow the person, this and that. But I had no intention of seeing how the person was doing, if I bumped into them or if I saw it on my page, for sure. The second one was a little harder for me, for sure. But at the same time, I still went cold turkey. As hard as it was like, it's almost like, it sounds stupid, but people have said it before. It's like that whole like crack addict or heroin addict. Like, you need that endorphin drive kind of thing.
Yeah, because it's falling in love with an idea, man. It's
exactly.
So
and so like,
okay, so you're saying that I'm falling in love with guys that I searched to?
Yeah.
No, because you
know
add no romantic value to it.
You know subconsciously that for you that won't happen.
Never know. I'm just kidding.
You trying to get glizzied down? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You've already requested 20 glizzies for to be edited in.
You're the one that.
I don't. No. This. You said edit glizzies into my dances. That's what you said.
When?
Before we started recording.
Well, that's not gonna be in.
Of course. What a coincidence.
I completely blacked out this whole episode, so.
Nomo's just full of rage.
I don't know what happened. That sour flu.
That's an hour?
Yeah.
Fuck me, bro.
Well, we did do.
I'm good, thank you.
There is 15 minutes we can't use, so.
Yeah.
But
half of the hour was you guys roasting me because I still check up on people.
Oh my God, why are you resenting?
No, I'm just saying. I'm not resenting. I'm just saying.
But
it doesn't seem like you're just saying. It seems like you're kind of mad at me.
I'm not mad.
Okay, but besides,
I don't think you get my point of view.
No, I do.
You're not
but
keeping his perspective.
But it's just like, I just don't feel that it's mature for me to do that. But I did it, you know? It's not the mature.
How do I say this, you know? Like,
Well, I'm confused by what you just said.
Like,
how can I compare that? Okay. Let's say you subscribe. It's 1970, and you subscribe to Playboy, right?
Pretty simple.
And you get a monthly subscription. So each month you get a new Playboy, right? One of those months, you come across the Playboy magazine for you, right?
You frame it. It's like
frame it. It's yours. You love it.
Like
blah,
the
blah,
pages
blah, blah.
don't stick together because you care for it so much. Everything in between.
In some way, it hurts you.
how?
I don't know.
It
But
just
it does.
You find out one of the models is like in a heavily committed relationship.
Yeah.
Like married.
I don't know.
kids.
Not face value like that. Like,
Oh. It's like, I don't know.
like
It did you dirty.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, I would
man.
still look at the magazine.
What I'm saying is,
It's not tainted in the slightest bit for you where you just like,
you have this
a little
like
bit.
weird hope of like hoping
It's
the
not that-
magazine will be what it used to be. You know what I mean?
Actually, that's the best way to explain it. Yeah. You're hoping things will go back to how they should be when they shouldn't. And this is not us roasting you. This is just us, like, we're just watching out for you. We're not roasting you.
Yeah, bro.
We're sorry. Like,
I think like maybe it's completely opposite. Maybe I'm the one drowning and I need help, but I feel like I see you drowning and I'm like trying to throw this buoy and you're like, get your fucking buoy away.
Fuck your shit away. But at the same time, okay, I'm going to play both sides of the card because
Okay, let's say for me, right? Let's just say for me, let's flip the aspect. And I was still following the girl that most recently like stomped on my fucking heart.
Are you still or no?
No.
Okay, but that's you though.
What I'm saying is, you know what I went through,
Yeah.
right? And going forward, even if, and you know more so, if I was like even civil with her, right? And I even committed to the idea of like getting closure, would you think it's still healthy for me to follow her?
No.
Well, you think it's the same thing as?
Because I know what you fucking went through and you still
Yeah.
keep your fucking foot in it. Why? For what?
Okay, fine.
So much anger. He just wants to let out.
I don't know.
No, that's.
Because you know what I mean?
fine.
I feel like, and it's the same thing for you. Like in those, like when I'm going through hard times, like, do you not want to shake me at some points and be like, you put yourself through this shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But guess what? But it all
when
goes
I'm
back to
going
that
through
learning curve.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. I was gonna say for me when I go through hard times, I just listen to depressing music.
No.
think about the girl, and that's how I get through it.
No, that's not getting through it. That's like repressing,
reminiscing
feelings
and
like bottling
reliving the
and
good times. I used to do that. I used to just fucking like pack down that emotion, just fucking get out of my face.
You just listen to music when you're going through
But
shit.
not
You just
anymore.
put music on and like go to sleep.
I don't go to sleep like that. I just put in the car and then ride.
It's even dangerous.
Vroom vroom in me mom's car.
And then like you
No.
just chop it up with the boys, like what you're going through on a.
Well, I haven't mentioned her in a while.
I don't know, man. I feel like that's.
But even you not mentioning it out loud, you still acknowledge it.
No, but like I'm over her.
But you're not.
Just because I look at her profile once in a while.
Okay, so tell me confidently, like you can say, zero feelings whatsoever.
I cannot.
Fucking bitch.
God damn it.
Such a bitch. Like, I'm not calling you a bitch because you have feelings. I'm calling you a bitch because you're lying to yourself. And you don't want to admit it.
I didn't lie.
But you're not telling the truth either. You're
like,
saying
this
one
is a
thing
moment-
to us, but you're
this is a
telling
moment.
yourself another thing.
This is a moment
That's
from
you
last
lying.
week when we caught you in this corner and he was just laughing at you. This is what you have to do now. You have to laugh in his fucking face.
I know I won't laugh. I can't do that because like I understand where you're coming from, and someone who's gotten over that hump
Yeah.
in a different way, I think you're doing it the wrong way.
Like, I just feel like you're putting yourself through this like thing that you're okay with, like, I'm feeling feelings. No, man, you're putting yourself through this like weird,
Yeah,
like useless feeling.
and
Sure, you're in touch with your emotions, and I respect you for that. And I like that's a clear taboo for like a lot of like cultures, even with like close to us. Like you go talk like this in like Rexdale,
slap you.
Yeah,
Or even just like
you're over with.
And I feel like this also happens a lot with just guys in general.
Yeah, because
like
no one
this never
sure,
really
yeah,
happens.
you want to be held on this pedestal that you're so masculine and whatever. I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, man. Like
View me however you want. I'm still just gonna be
too,
me,
bro. We still got feelings.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyway, change topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Done with therapy session's over.
Hour in.
No, but
topic.
I mean, not change topic, but I mean like, or just not talk about that.
A little
anymore.
pivot. A little pivot.
Yeah, pivot.
Would you? No. So then, if that's the case, then what are you looking for in the next relationship for both you guys? Like, do you guys want? Okay, obviously you guys want somewhat similar mindsets. Like, differing mindsets is always kind of healthy, I think.
I don't know. I
like
just want
ideologies or something like that. But like, even like similar like activities or sports that you guys like to both watch. Like
I can't say that like I don't have a type or like I don't like find a certain like person attractive or whatever value like I see in them. Like I can't control that.
Yeah.
But for me, what I'm looking for in a person simply is for that person to be comfortable with themselves.
Yeah.
And not it's to the pressure where it's like you have to accept yourself fully. We're all, like I said, we're all unpolished. We're all work in progress.
Yeah.
But going into things where you're like incomplete in a way that like
being in a relationship
can like hinder a relationship, it's detrimental. Like you're not experimenting things at that point. It's just like, or I guess you are, but it's like you already know the outcome here, pal.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's what I feel like for me. I never felt like a relationship would have been worth it. Even when there were girls who were like, hey, you know, like they've expressed like, you know, I like you and things like that. I just have to be like honest. I'm like, I don't feel the same way. Sorry.
Just not right now.
Yeah. And like, that's just who I am. Like, I'm always open to just being like friends, but like some people are awkward. Trust me, there have been girls that like have liked me and I just say like, hey, I don't feel the same way. But like, we just continue being friends. That's cool.
I kind of went through the same thing last year, like because of the whole pandemic, the height of pandemic. It was just really shitty timing. Like I was like, oh, maybe I need to talk. Like I did the wrong thing where I was like, oh, maybe I need to like start talking to a girl and to like get over this like weird numb feeling because like just nothing was happening during the pandemic. And as soon as I went on like 1 or 2 dates with this one girl, I was like, oh, this is not what I wanted. And I felt so shit because like she was a really cool person, really nice and everything. Like I couldn't, like, there was nothing wrong. It was just, I was like, fuck, I messed up. Like, this is, like, I still need to work on me kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think now is a much different place and time, but it's just like, it's still, like, it's still never 100%. And I feel like even people who say that, but yeah, so, like, the people who are happy in relationships, kudos to you guys, because you guys are clearly doing something right.
That's such a
and
facade.
Even then, there's
like no one exactly. No one's purely at peace.
I don't really care about people.
The grass is not always greener. I don't care, but it does kind of get to me sometimes.
Why?
Like you don't care. Like you don't care for them.
No, like
yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, I don't really care for them because like I like being single.
I do and I don't. I've seen the pros and cons to both, and I'm just like,
there's so much freedom.
But that comes with a relationship. If you're in a controlling relationship, you're not gonna have any freedom. But if you have an open relationship where like one of my buddies is in a relationship, they've been dating for a while now, and it's great. Like they understand each other super well. She has her friends, he has her friends. There's never, from what I've seen at least, there's never anything bad. And it's like, as long as you have that openness and communication, like Noemel talked about, you never like I don't think that being in a relationship is going to hinder your freedom.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a control freak.
No, but like that's what people will look at me and be like, bro, you're so closed off. That's why you don't date anyone. That's why you don't have any relationships. Sure. That's exactly it. Like that's the result I get. Like I close a lot of doors off and that's the fucking result I get. I don't fucking get any experimentation or relationships in that sense. But when like you look at that idea for myself, I'm comfortable where I'm at purely, solely. Like I know like what works and what doesn't and what I find like worth my value and my time. But that's the biggest thing, bro. Like I don't want to say like I'm fully self-aware and I was aware of this when I was young, but that was it. Like can I like take time away from doing my other things to spend with this person? And it was always no. It was like never. Why the fuck would I like school, from morning till afternoon, then football. And then when football season was done, arts program. So now I'm doing improv after school. Now I'm doing plays after school. So in what fucking time do I have that? And then I have to focus on being a fucking student athlete, student arts person, and then still do homework and study, and then try to maintain a relationship with my friends, and then my family, and then
that person,
another person. That's what I mean. Like, I look at aspects of all, and so many people are different. So many people don't have a full family. So many people don't have full functioning relationships. And that's what I mean. Like, and some people do. Some people have full fucking plates. It's Thanksgiving, bitch. Let's get this fucking shit loaded.
They're adding extras, and they still seem to manage it.
Yeah. Great Aunt Betty's like throwing stuffing in your face, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're just going through these things, and a lot of people experience those things. But that's what I mean. Like, everyone is different, and that's like the beauty of realizing, like, there's a full open spectrum to life and things. And it's a redundant statement to say because it's so obvious, but I don't know.
When you guys go for girls, how hard do you try?
It depends, because like before, yeah, it was flirty, and if something happened, if it happened to happen, sure, but like I wouldn't pursue it any further unless I knew more information.
Because
sounds right.
Do you think it's toxic for me to like go like out of my way for people that I'm trying to pursue?
I don't know. I apply empathy, so I would just pursue it how I would want someone to pursue me. So if I'm applying a certain amount of effort and someone's not showing that, then I'm withdrawn. Yeah. And some people will be like, bro, you just got to force it. And it's like, no, I respect people's boundaries. And that's what I mean. I may not get the chance to fully learn someone if they're like, that's just the first stage or first layer of onion for them. And I just got to peel it back and figure it out. And there's some cases where I have like forced like the hand and tried to like be more assertive, and it has worked, and it got advanced. In some situations it hasn't, but it's just literally all about like what you're like, you have to think about what your pursuit is. So is it innocent and trying to just pursue like companionship and friendship at first in hopes that you can communicate to a point where you're at a point where you can get to a relationship romantically, and then like add in like
so on and so forth.
Yeah, like sexual aspects and like all those things. Great. But like that's an ideal situation for everyone. And that would be great for everyone. But it's all testing the waters in that aspect. Yeah. But you like for a lot of other people, and when you ask like how do you pursue girls, is it more like whatever XYZ? I don't know. Like
it was just because like when I like try the most that I can.
You don't get the results you want.
It's not reciprocated.
But that's the thing, and I think that's the way Noemel, like how Noemel said it. Girls and guys, they'll be as open as they want themselves to be.
But that's expectation, bro.
Yeah.
And
that's just my expectation for others, because that's how I would want, like how would I feel if someone did that to me.
No, but now you're looking at it with the hope for a transaction.
Yeah.
And that's not what it is.
Like you have to be as authentic as you can.
You have to just know that you're offering yourself with potential nothing in return.
Yeah.
And once you realize those things, it's just the awareness.
Isn't that like toxic for me to do that?
No.
It's gonna sound, and this is gonna sound also.
Hold on, because I don't want this to run from my mind.
Okay.
It all has to do with the idea of just forgiving yourself. Right? So in the same way, like you would look at someone, you would be pissed off for them like rejecting you. You can't resent them for doing that because it's just them, you guys don't have the right chemistry or whatever the reason is or circumstance is, right? What I'm saying is you, first of all, have to forgive yourself in this situation because you put yourself out there and you got hurt, and you hurt yourself in that situation knowing you that was an option. And,
knowing that was a possibility.
And sometimes, like, some people don't do that. Some people are just, like, so upset at the fact that they got hurt, then they'll proceed going forward and project outwards, right? And that can be any result. But you have to understand, like, you were a contributing factor first of all, right? And then you decided to pursue somebody else, and they were also then joined into that situation, right?
Yeah.
So like what? I feel like you've.
That's why I zoned out, bro.
No, what he's saying is like, however you are. Okay, it's gonna sound like a very dumb,
Cliche.
like no, a cliche, but also a very stupid masculine term. But like you have like
Do you get what I'm saying?
you're
When I
almost
say
kind of
forgive yourself.
Yeah, like you have to be unapologetic to who you are. You have to just be like, you have to embrace who you are. People accept you how you are. You have to kind of peacock a little bit, which is the dumbest term in the world, I understand, but it kind of works for right now. Hold on, shush.
Okay.
I'm trying to help explain this to you. So you have to embrace that who you are is who you are. Nothing's going to change that. Like, and if a girl does not accept you for how you are, you can't you can't be angry at the fact that the girl that you wanted does not accept who you are.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, there's going to be another girl who will accept you exactly how you are for all your quirks and all that stuff in between. So you can't be mad at, you can't like have like this angry mentality for every rejection you get. You need to have.
Oh, you sound like I get rejected left
No,
and right.
no, I'm just saying, but like not all the time, but like
You're a fucking
if
loser.
it happens, yeah. Like for me, for example, there was a time where like
I get rejected left and right.
pretty much,
Yeah, I do, bro.
Yeah,
like
it
I put
fucking
myself
sucks.
out there, and I have to at the end of the day be like, like I look at myself and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot for doing this shit.
Oh.
Like, what the fuck did you just put yourself through?
Noemel and I, we've talked about this several
Yeah,
times.
bro.
We're like, yo, I tried pursuing this girl and then just got the worst response. You're like, cool,
Nice,
all
good
right,
on you.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you for at least replying.
I'm just talking about like
Shoot or shoot, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. But what I'm saying is, and I don't think you're understanding is, when you boil down relationships and even interactions, right?
Pay attention.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
when you boil them down to what they are basically, it's an interaction involving two people, and you're one of them. So when you get hurt, you put yourself out on the line. And when you do that, you get upset with yourself because you're like, why did I allow myself to get hurt like that?
Why did I put myself in this situation?
And then you don't realize you're doing that, and you're like, well, it's because the other person doesn't like me, and they have problems, and I have problems, and you flip the blame more so on them, so it seems sometimes, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, even in an innocent pursuit of texting somebody and they reject you, or you put yourself out on the line so far so you get to a relationship and then you still end up getting hurt because you maybe get stagnant or whatever the situation is, right? You came to that conclusion on your own. You were comfortable with yourself saying that I realize I'm stagnant in this relationship. It has to end. Did you allow yourself to be like,
Well, it took me a few years to actually realize.
like, you know what you put yourself through, and you were like,
Yeah.
were you pissed off at the end of the relationship that you wasted time or anything like that?
No.
You should never, and that's the thing. You should never be angry about a breakup, like in that sense.
Yeah,
Like,
that's good then.
it's never a
Yeah.
waste of time. I never people are like, oh, it was such a waste dating that person. Like, no, it's never a waste of time because you learn something out of it.
Yeah.
Like, take it all as like a learning, as a learning
Like a
mentality.
lesson?
Like, yeah, you're like, oh, didn't like that. That person, what that person did to me, or I didn't like how I treated that person. And obviously, as you get older, that is gonna change and warp and morph more and more into like the person who you are, hopefully for the better.
Yeah.
But like from like my first and second and other people I've dated relationships, I've changed a lot. Like, I was like, oh, I really fucked that part up, or I didn't like how I was treated there, and like I've changed, and like I have like. Yeah, I was like upset with myself, but like I was like, okay, you're not that person anymore, so you've changed.
Yeah.
You're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Yeah, like
Fuck you where you breathe, all right?
No,
You're not
I
that
was just
guy.
asking that one question. It was just because for the one girl that you guys told me to block, I literally tried so hard to get her, and I would like go out of my way to do it, and like
Yeah.
now I.
But what was your
realize-
expectation when you were doing those things? Pure
Well,
innocence, like you were just doing it because you cared for her,
Yeah.
but you were expecting nothing in return.
Yeah.
You were?
No, I wasn't expecting anything in return.
But then you just said like you were doing things because you were treating her a certain way because you are expecting to treat someone the way you wanted to be treated. So the reason why you were upset was because like she wasn't reciprocating, right?
I mean, I didn't mind that she wasn't reciprocating, but it was people around me that was telling me,
like to relax a bit.
yeah,
Okay.
Like my close family, and they're like, "Why are you still going for this girl? She's not doing the same thing for you." I'm like, I didn't mind for that, you know.
That's weird because my original thing was Mike Tyson said this thing. He said, like, when people do you wrong, you just have to understand, like, forgiveness is the only thing. And it takes a lot. Like, you have to crush your pride and your ego to nothing in order to understand that your pursuit is still the same. Like, you are still the same person no matter what. People shoot you, people stab you in the back, people cut your head off. Like, the idea dies as if, like, you're a living prophet because you aspire to be these things. And that's why religion holds these true factors and facets that people want to exemplify themselves towards, is because there are things like that where you want to be like all forgiving no matter what anyone does to you.
Yeah.
And that's a big obstacle to get through. And I feel like you did come to that conclusion on your own, but it was to your detriment because you were doing things that were setting you back more so than it was advancing you. And that's where people realized your situation was at fault. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, your pursuit is innocent, and that's true to who you are because you're naturally a kind person. You want to do these things out of the kindness of your heart. But when they come to a detriment towards you, when it's setting you back, that's when you have to realize, what is this towards? Like, what is this benefiting me towards? And if it's nothing, if it's someone who's just using you and not adding to your life, then what the fuck are they doing? Because you said your pursuit was to hopefully find someone you're going to marry, right? So when that person comes knocking on your door and says, hey, it's not me, motherfucker, what are you going to do? Be like, well, I hope.
Oh, no, she explained to me that she wasn't looking for anything. And
I get that. And I know that aspect of the story.
But I completely understood with her. I completely agreed with her because that was the last year that I was part of the group.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was just saying, like, why don't we just have fun and, like, get as close as we can and then just...
And she didn't even want friendship.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I've had that same experience, bro. To a girl that I literally, like, within a very short amount of time, I, like fell for very hard in a very short amount of time, like, unhealthily. And it's like, why did I do that? I have very strong feelings for this person. And when she shot me down quick and hard, I was like, well, it is what it is. Like, that just, it's a clean cut. Like, if you don't even want to be friends,
I'm kind of glad that you don't have the British accent anymore and told me to block her or unfollow her.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. Like, Daniel can
I was kind of resenting you at first.
But okay, great. Thanks. Yeah. I appreciate your honesty. And I apologize for putting you in that compromising situation. I don't want to do that to you. But I feel like you're trying to throw me a rope, but also pull it back at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. That's why I'm confused, because I know you know better. So I don't that's why I feel like I don't know why you're putting yourself through this. Because Daniel can look back in his past and be like, I appreciate that time for what it was, even though it did hurt me, and I can move forward. But for you, even though you're saying this outwardly, inside you know you're lying, because I know you're lying too.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I follow her.
There shouldn't be.
No, I want to hear this.
Okay. The only thing is, I follow her mom, I follow her sister, and her brother.
I don't unfollow them all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
any outlet to her life, no.
Even if it's family, like, this is the uncomfortability of life. Like, that's just the yin and the yang. Like, there are things that were great at one point, but they're not adding to your life in any way positively at this point. So why have it there?
Yeah. No, I'm genuinely like,
because it's hoarding emotions.
Yeah.
And that's toxic.
Yeah, fuck, I'm toxic.
No, it's not like it's
not
it's toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Because you already know within yourself who you are. It's just you're allowing this, like, inner voice and this devil to, like, pull you down and change your point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Even in that innocent way, bro. Like I said, like, there are people who aspire to be that way. Just have full forgiveness and look at people with, like, an open heart. And, like, you have that. But the thing is that you get mixed with a point of, like, shit, is this, like, where's my pursuit going here?
Yeah. No, it's because now I just don't do that anymore, because, like, I don't want, like...
You don't want the same result.
Yeah, I don't want the
same result. Yeah, of course, because you're jaded. You're not jaded, but you're, like...
You know the pain.
Exactly. You don't want to put yourself through that.
Yeah, because that was hard, bro.
Of course.
But honestly, at the same time, I feel like no matter... It's going to sound kind of dark, but I feel like no matter what you do...
It's tough,
that
man.
Could be... that you have to accept that very well could be the result almost 80% of the time. Like, you're going to be hurt after every breakup.
And that's what I mean. You have to forgive yourself because you're aware that you're like, fuck, we're going to war here. And if like I lose a leg, like who do I have to blame? Me.
Yeah.
But I have to forgive myself because the purpose was to accomplish a task. And it's not the result that matters. It's more so doing the process. And that's the whole point of doing a game. It's all these natural byproducts, right? Like if someone has a business model and it works, the natural byproduct is to have profited income.
Yeah.
Right? If a fisherman goes fishing and his pursuit is to catch fish, and at the end of the day he doesn't catch any fish, what do you think his emotion is going to be?
Pissed.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed because he had this expectation to catch fish. But that's not the process. The process is to fish, to go fishing, to fulfill the process of fishing. So if you, at the end of the day, replace that process with my result should be winning, like winning a game, winning a relationship, like getting the girl, doing all these things and having this pedestal, you set yourself back. Because if you don't realize the possibility of you not attaining those things, you're now disappointed.
Yeah.
And you only have you to blame. And when people get to that realization, then it's self-harm. It's like, what the fuck did I put myself through this? This is all like that. And that's what I mean. It's like all a downward spiral.
But you also hope that you learn from that.
Yeah.
You hope that you learn from that and you move on from things like that as well. What should be learned is you hope for a natural byproduct. Yeah.
The pursuit only should ever be the process of what you're doing. And as cheesy as it is to say, like Gary Vee, Joel Embiid, like all these guys who say, trust the process, follow the process, do all these things, fall in love with the actual process, because if you do that, the result is true through history. People have done it in the past. You get a great relationship, you get a great marriage, you get a great result, you win, you get the championship, you get the job, you get the profit, whatever it is. It's through your own pursuit. If your pursuit is money, you're going to get you know what I mean? That's what I mean. If you chase money, that's what you're going to get, but you're going to lose everything. Like those are the give and takes to those things, right? And that's the innocent pursuit. If your angle solely is to date somebody for the pursuit of dating and remove the expectation of a one-night stand, telling your friends that you hooked up with the girl. I don't know, like all these aspirations and goals that people have that are so like arbitrary to culture. It's dumb because you get a result that you're going to be disappointed with, more so as opposed to if you pursue a friendship solely out of the expectation of just gaining companionship with a growing trajectory, then great. Like you end up with this like thing that you didn't know.
The healthiest thing possible.
But it starts with you. You have to be aware that you want those things more so than it's just like, yo, how many kills do I got on my kill list, you know?
Yeah. And that's like such a high school thing to think about, like
high school mentality.
Yeah, it's just like as you get older, like I think everyone thought this, like when you're younger, like being in a relationship was like sex driven or sex this, sex that. But now as you get older, there's more like you care more for the intimacy.
Well, yeah, because you're a kid and it's removed from your life, so you don't know, and it's this constant mystery, and you want to pursue it. That's why when people say it's such a disappointing time their first time is because you have this expectation for what you want it to be.
Bar so high.
And when it's like you're like, why is the room so dark?
Yeah.
Why are there so many blankets? It's so sweaty in here. What's going on?
Noemel, why are you on top of me?
my deodorant's not mixing well with everything. It's not working here. And you're like, oh man, it's because I've set the bar so high.
Yeah.
That's why people who are like that's the true thing. It's like the ignorance value to it is so sought after that people don't really know that they want it. Like you don't know that you want the innocence of like not having the knowledge. And that's the shitty part to it. And that's what I mean. Like I haven't thought this way my whole life, but I have like had this thought process, and that's what I mean. Like when I value my time and I value my relationships. So if someone wants to pursue things willy-nilly and want to waste my time and play games and do things like that, that's just not for me. Like that's not that's not my choice, and that's not my way of like communicating with people, and that's just how it goes. But
yeah.
What time is it now?
1:30.
Oh boy.
Damn.
It's gonna be a long one. Hopefully, you guys get through it and get to this point. And there's been a lot of growth.
Did anyone text?
Oh yeah, we got one. We got
Oh
one.
yeah, we did actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, we got one.
It's okay to say the full name.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Just beep it out.
No,
It's Rachel.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah, Rachel. I don't think she cares if I say her full name, but we'll just stick with
Just
Rachel.
Yeah.
It's Rachel.
But you'll be getting a free shirt if we do this. It'll be.
Yeah, she's already threatened. She's like, do it or else. Like, or else what? She's like, I'll expose you for everything. It's like, I've already exposed myself on this podcast. But yeah, she was the first person to message me about the Easter egg from yesterday. So congratulations to a possible merchandise that you're going to get from us.
Yeah, if we do, it'll be cool. And it'll be on a very low scale. Nothing big, but it's just something like, we want to outwardly express that. This is our art form, and we want to share it with people.
Oh, it's art? I don't know. Not
Sorry,
to Daniel.
Art.
Nah, I don't believe in art. Art's dead, bro.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of growth in this episode, and
A lot of growth, a lot of resentment. No, I'm kidding.
no, but
A lot of
that's
people blocking and
no, but that's like, this is what I mean, right? Like, this is the whole purpose of this podcast, and that this was like the whole original pursuit, even just between us three, was to have that
Open
potential to like change your perspective a bit and look at things from a potentially different point of view, so that way you can understand a different aspect and look at things from like, because it really does change things, right? Like, I don't want to say that I'm forcing you to do this, and I hope if you're uncomfortable with this, bro, do whatever you want. But like, I feel like my hope is that I'm looking out for your betterment, and I feel like this is what's like what would be best. So,
yeah.
do you not feel that way?
No, I feel that way.
Okay. I love you, man.
Love you too.
Okay.
I love you too, Daniel. I love you too, Daniel.
Nah, I don't love you, Daniel.
Yeah. Fuck you,
Let's
dude.
go fuck myself.
Nah, I love you, man.
Picho mate.
Peach mate.
I got love. I got a lot of love for you, bros.
Yeah. Love you guys.
No. Okay, yeah, not drawn out, but thank you for listening. Sorry this was a long one, but
Enjoy.
yeah. If you have any feedback, don't agree, anything like that, hit us up, message us. We're fully here to interact and listen to your opinions. We're gonna try to figure something out where we could potentially have other perspectives on this show and expand in that way. But
sooner than later.
And if you're in a toxic relationship, please get out as soon as possible.
just do what's best for you. Like, you gotta a lot
do
of
things
those
at your own accord.
Yeah, a lot of those things have to come with like self-evaluation and self-awareness. And I know that's tough. That's that tough fucking thing to get through.
Hard pill to swallow.
And try to come to realize, but it's the first step in trying to get things done, because you know you gotta fucking point the finger at yourself first before everybody
point
else.
at others.
Yeah, maybe we might do a part 2. We might have more discussions. We'll see. We'll see where this goes.
Part 2.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening. If you got this far, anything else, boys?
No, I think honestly, I'm kind of like this. I was a little more nervous for this.
I was you guys put me on blast.
You put
bro.
yourself on blast, and welcome to my world. Okay, I'm gonna put you put me on blast yesterday, last time.
Karma's a real bitch, isn't she?
But yeah, I kind of like this.
I was so uncomfortable.
Definitely fun to talk about. I could definitely talk about some stuff as well.
Like I said, we'll really consider your feedback if you want to dive deep. If you want us to dive deep into these stories with
as vague as humanly possible,
aliases as details, and we could get into it. And sure, if that's something you people are interested in and want to hear, more than comfortable like sharing my experiences and you know, helping people go through a tough time if they're going through it, and knowing that you're not alone, and you know everyone's going through something.
Yeah. RJ, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for being open. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks. No problem.
No, for real. Like, it's hard. It's a lot, especially
Please don't resent me, bro.
No.
No, but I know we're dragging this on now, but oh boy.
Oh yeah.
On that note,
all right. Thanks for listening.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
kill it.
No Easter egg this week. Fuck off.